Technically Speaking with Jim Wyckoff is coming up. Stay tuned. Happy week to you, Jim. Nice to see you again.
Good morning, Daniela. Nice to see you, too.
All right, Jim, let's look at what gold has in store for us as we begin this week.
Well, Daniela, as we start the new trading week, we're seeing a mild corrective pullback Monday morning. A little profit-taking pressure. The dollar's a little bit stronger. But overall, this near-term trend in the gold market remains up. The bulls still have the near-term technical advantage. We do have some overhead resistance at last week's high of 1743. That's in April gold, with stronger resistance at the December high of 1769.70. Now on the downside, we see chart support at 1700, and then stronger chart support at last week's low of 1652.20, and that's basis the April contract. We did just switch over from the February futures contract to the April futures contract.
All right, Jim, what would you say was weighing on that corrective pullback we saw early Monday morning?
You know, nothing significant. I mean, it's just chopping, backing and filling, consolidative price action, which is typical for any kind of a price uptrend. So nothing real surprising here. In fact, the fact that we are in an uptrend and we're seeing these mild corrective pullbacks, that's actually healthy and suggests the uptrend can continue.
All right, Jim, for our new viewers out there, how do you determine resistance levels?
Well, I have many different determinations for support and resistance levels, but with these particular levels, for example, the $1,700 level, that's just a major psychological level. It's like $100 in crude oil, or it's just a round number that acts as a magnet, so to speak. And then other ways to determine support and resistance are based on previous week's highs or lows, or even previous days' highs or lows. Many ways to determine that.
All right, and if gold hits one of those psychological marks, Jim, does it mean that gold could continue to go higher?
Well, it's kind of a pivot point or an inflection point. If gold hits a resistance level and then backs down, then that resistance only becomes stronger. But if it pushes above that technical resistance level, it's a bullish clue to suggest more upside price action in the near term.
Good stuff, Jim. Now let's look at some of those world events that could have an impact on gold this week.
Yeah, we've still got some negotiations going on between Greece and its private sector on some debt rescheduling. It looks like they've made some progress, still don't have a done deal. There's another EU summit meeting taking place today. An Italian bond auction was fairly well received today, but Portuguese debt yields, bond yields are exceedingly high, so that's a worry. But the bottom line is, and the most important thing is for the gold market, is this whole EU debt crisis is a bullish underlying supporting factor for gold because it's a safe haven asset. And this EU debt problem's not going to get solved anytime soon. We're making a little bit of progress, but this is a huge issue, likely not going to go away anytime soon, going to continue to pressure the euro currency, and so that is an underlying bullish factor for gold from a safe haven asset. Even though the euro currency might be under some pressure, which typically would pressure gold a little bit on a day-to-day basis, the fact that this is just a huge problem is an underlying bullish factor for gold based on safe haven status.
All right, now switching our focus over to silver, Jim. March silver future prices hitting a fresh 10-week high. What's happening over here?
Yeah, much the same situation as gold. The silver bulls have gained near-term upside momentum, and the path of least resistance for silver prices right now is sideways to higher, and silver is going to continue to follow gold.
All right, Jim, final thoughts for investors for the rest of the trading week.
Well, I think you may see quieter price action the next couple of days. We do have a U.S. employment report out on Friday that the marketplace is awaiting, and we could see more active trading day in many markets, including the precious metals on Friday. So we'll have to see what happens then.
Fantastic, Jim. We'll see you next week for a new edition of Technically Speaking.
Looking forward to it, Daniela. Bye-bye.
And thank you for watching Kitco News. As always, you can email me newsfeedback@kitco.com. For Kitco News, I'm Daniela Cambone.